What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the first. Oh, look at it! Yeah, Intel Live is back.
Come back.
Sarah, I can already see Sarah's just face palming. I don't, even though she's never on camera, we just know she was face palming hard. She's like, of course, we're gonna kick it off that way. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of Intel Live in 2025. We are here co-hosting with three amazing people. Myself, Justin, Roby Tech. If you've never met me before, we've done a lot of things like hosting the show of Mod Workshop. We've done a bunch of other things as well. So, big, obviously, friend to the show. Next, we have Alex. Introduce yourself. There may be people who don't know who you are.
Hi, I am Alex. I work for Intel. I have the pleasure to be here with you guys, and Rory is one of my great friends. Been working at Intel for a while, love technology, games, and I guess cosplay. So if this is your first time here, you're going to learn a lot about that. And please hang on. There's a lot of inside jokes, but we love you to have you here, and you're going to be learning about all those jokes. And of course, now we have amazing. Actually, the voice from above.
Yeah, the overlord.
The overlord.
And so
is that
Sarah,
my official title?
Yeah, that's your official. It's always been your official title.
Yeah. Well,
We never changed it, did we?
I don't think so. I honestly, I think my job description is just to try to keep this thing on track as much as I can.
Sarah is the person who tries to keep the conversation going in one direction, and not just like Roby and I going all over the place, because we have so much fun that we go on tangents.
She's like our anchor point, right? Like she's just like, okay, now we need to rein it back in, and that's usually this year we're adding shot callers, right? Like that's how we know. So if you just see us suddenly jerk, you'll know that that's Sarah taking control. But Sarah, I don't think we've actually ever had you formally introduce yourself on the show. You've just been like this disembodied voice, but for people who don't know, who are you and what do you do at Intel?
So my name is Sarah. I've been at Intel for a while. I think I'm coming in on 10 years, maybe.
Wow.
And I am the gaming community manager. So, which gives me the great privilege to talk to you guys and engage with you guys on Discord, on Twitch, on all of our channels, and bring you guys great content like these streams, Mod Workshop, all that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah. And like her title said, manager. So she tries to manage Roby and I. We're the two toddlers that keep going like trying to run into the walls, and she's just like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if you noticed something, Sarah, but Alex said something super interesting there for a second. He said that he loves cosplay. That was not something I think when we started the show 2 years ago that Alex would say, I love. Alex, are you now, can we call you a cosplayer?
The reason I won't take that title is because the people who really do cosplay, it will be an insult to them. Because they spend a lot of time and effort and passion into it, and they have these amazing cosplays, and I'm just trying to piece some stuff together that it sort of resembles like cosplay. So
I think you are selling yourself short, my man. I think that honestly, I think you are officially a cosplayer. Okay, chat, Discord, can we officially call Alex a cosplayer? Give a thumbs up if you say yes. Thumbs down. Actually, don't say no. Let's be kind here. That's the kind of thing. Give us a thumbs up if you say absolutely Alex is a cosplayer. Let's get some support. Let's get the title officially changed. I don't know if this is something that we put into our bag of requests, but it gets your title at Intel is whatever your official title is plus cosplayer. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I should put that on my bottom signature. What's my title? I cosplay. Thank you, guys.
I think we should also have a running note on how many emotes you have.
Yeah,
Discord,
you do.
Because
I don't know.
I think you're like just about 40.
Yeah. Wow, really?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
We're gonna have to try to figure out how to get some of those onto Twitch. Yeah,
might be time to do like a calendar.
Ooh.
Okay, if you want an Alex cosplay calendar, let's just take an informal poll. Do you want an Alex cosplay calendar? Because I mean, honestly, I think Alex has been cooking this up for a long time. He's been waiting for the moment to sit there and pitch that we need an Alex cosplay calendar, and here it comes, guys. It is official.
It's
Alex
official.
is asking. Yeah, and then Blondie says, "Want? No. The word is need. Need a Alex cosplay calendar," which I think that's an escalation that I'd like to argue to some regard. Guys, we have an incredibly fun show planned for you today. Because I think it's funny because we've now done, I don't remember, no, we started after PAX East before. So we've done one CES, and then we didn't really do like a really good recap show. But one of the things that we're trying to do with this year is actually do a really good recap show of some of the cool things we saw at CES. And I gotta give mad props to both. Sarah, was this all you and Alex, or did Jasmine actually help here? Which I know Jasmine may be a new name. Did she actually put any links in here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Justin's
Okay, so
great help.
I got to give shout out to honestly all of the links we have, because they did a really good job of like,
Yes.
we had a meeting, we talked about the stuff we were excited about, and it takes a team to run these things, and so huge shout out to them, because now as we walk through this, obviously we're going to be giving you guys links to articles and stuff like that, which will make this a whole lot more of an interesting discussion than just looking at myself and Alex's ugly mug, which I mean, our wives, our families like, but you know, you may not necessarily. So it's always good to kind of break it up a little bit, wouldn't you say, Alex?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think we'll get some prettier mugs, but yeah, it's no need to. But yeah, I think back to what you were saying. Thanks to everybody who's helped. It's the team just keeps getting bigger, which means like we're trying to do more stuff and better thing for you guys. So there's a lot of it. It's just not the three of us. There's actually even more people behind the scenes. So thank you to all you guys for all the hard work. So
yeah, and then of course, yes, I think that's a great segue really quick, Alex, before we jump too far into our CES recap. You know, we have people like Matt, who's on, who loves to take people on dates to Costco, and we appreciate that. But we have a ton of people who are on Discord. Obviously, we also have moderators all over on Twitch and everywhere else that are all part of this team that makes this show happen. So again, thank you so much for watching us so much in the last 2 years, and it's awesome in 2025. I mean, the team and everything just continues to get bigger, and which is super, super cool. Also, Alex is puppy sitting, so if you happen to hear a random dog, hear some dogs, that's just know that we have a very, very happy-go-lucky puppy that he's taking care of, and so we appreciate the extra guests that you have today. It makes the show more entertaining. So CES 2025, I figured a good place to kick it off, Alex, is kicking it off with some of the announcements that obviously you guys made, because you guys actually had a bit of a packed keynote and stuff like that. So do you want to kick it off and let's just kind of walk through your stuff, and then from there a little bit, we'll talk about mobile maybe a little bit later. But yeah, you want to kick things off?
Sure. So there's a couple different things that we were announced at CES, and like Robbie said, and he's hinting at one of them, some chipsets on the motherboard. So we have the B860 that has officially launched. Also, it was pretty neat to see across all the different motherboard makers. They have this huge variety and different form factors that they were launching. That I was pretty excited because I was able to see the launch of some micro ITX and mini ITX I didn't get to see, so that was pretty cool to see. And then with the B860, which is a little bit more budget friendly, all the different options that were out there. The cool things that you get to see with those B860s is like a lot of the features that you see at the top end, which is the Z890s, actually will still transfer over to the B860. So like the quick release, the easy setup, the easy release from the PCI card. For us, or for me, to have big, thick, chubby thumbs, it's pretty difficult to handle the little screws from the SSD. So having all these easy latches, it makes it an amazing thing. So I'm pretty excited to do that. We can start with that, and maybe we can go through the motherboards, and then I can jump about a little bit later about the processor launches and all that stuff. So that was one of the things.
Yeah, and the cool thing is I think it's one of those things that when we think about B860, it's a line of boards that people haven't necessarily thought about, but especially with the advent of small form factor, we actually have a number of These are great to pair with like your Core Ultra 5s and your B570s, your B580 GPUs, right? That are a lot that you can save like some really good. We're talking about like sub $200 boards here in some cases that are both small form factor, and then of course you can get full ATX for those people who are looking to not spend a mint and get features that they may not necessarily need, well, like you would get in like a Z board or whatever it is, right? But it still has a great baseline. Like that's the cool thing about, like a lot of times don't know when you jump from like Z790 to Z890 or B660 to B860, there's a base level set of features that come with those boards that are still an upgrade from the previous year. You know what I mean? And you've talked a little bit about those already a little bit, Alex, yeah?
Yeah. So there's a little bit different features, different things that come on, and that's kind of that. Want to see that it's pretty neat to see all that stuff. And one of the features that Roby's actually hinting at is Thunderbolt 4, Thunderbolt 5, which is pretty cool because Intel has developed this new, I guess newish. It's been out for a little bit while. It's called Thunderbolt Share, which actually blew Roby's, my mind, and a bunch of other technology guys. When we were there at Computex, because what you actually can do now is you actually send sound. Oh, okay, let's jump back because I'm talking to you guys like some of you know, some of you might not know. So what Thunderbolt Share is, you actually can connect two computers through one Thunderbolt cable, and you can actually control one computer from the other. So that is pretty amazing with just one cable. So you can control one computer for the other, you can transfer files, you can actually put on video and send the video signal and the audio, which is new, through that Thunderbolt port, which is pretty amazing. And when it comes to streaming, it is awesome. So actually it won a CES award for that feature. And also, oh yes, one thing that I need to make clear is if you want to have that in your motherboard or in your laptop, as you have to make sure that it has a license, right? The Thunderbolt Share license.
The Thunderbolt Share license, it has to have that, yep.
Yeah, it has to have that. So you can just buy a hub that actually is licensed for that, and you can just use that type of feature, which is pretty cool. And I know Roby has, well, actually, there's several videos. I know Roby has a video on that when he interviews Lyle to talk about the Thunderbolt Share. I also have a video on Thunderbolt Share that is on Intel Technology YouTube channel. So if you guys want to see, it's actually pretty amazing what it can do. And I don't know, Roby, I know when you sat down and you start talking to Lyle, your mind was blown. And mine too. But what's your
and that's, I think the reason that my mind was blown specifically was because, let's be honest, like if you are a person who does dual setups, right? If you're somebody who does dual setups, the amount of cables, I mean, I used to actually carry around a diagram and it looked like a blueprint. Like it was literally a blueprint of trying to show how to get audio and then splitting it all out and all that sort of stuff. And what Thunderbolt Share allows us to do is essentially with a single cable, and it literally is one cable plugging between one laptop and the other, you can literally have a complete streaming PC with audio transferring completely over, and then at the same time, you're still able to very easily have a lossless capture experience that is. And the other thing too is he also showed you could do it at like 120, 60, so you can even control things like the quality of the settings. But on top of so that was the part that blew my mind. And then audio was absolutely synced. So there was like literally, it was near lossless between playing a game like something like Apex or Marvel Rivals or anything like that would absolutely still work with this, and you'd have basically lossless audios. So like if you've ever been a streamer or somebody who literally tries to do this on your own, this takes the complication from very complicated to very simple. And then on top of that, it's also things like sharing files, being able to do remote control and all that sort of stuff via Thunderbolt is very neat. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was pretty neat, and we loved it. I think I see the Poets in the chat too. He was there and he also liked that. And this is gonna make life very simple for I remember you and I last year at Computex, you guys pull a miracle with a laptop that can trying to get the whole streaming up and running with just having one cable to do all this stuff. Definitely make lives a lot easier. So
And then
that's amazing.
the other part that was actually super cool too is like you can think about this for editors where maybe for instance like you want to like you're working on a laptop and you just basically want to do things on the go, like you still want to just sit there and be on the laptop, or you're doing remote editing on the laptop. So maybe for instance like you're still working and have all your project file saves, but everything is like literally on the PC, right? And you can use the raw power of the PC to do rendering and things like that, but just with a single cable connect that up. So there's actually a lot of applications for this, and I thought it was really cool that CES recognized just how amazing this was. So this was probably one of my top things I saw at CES, and I think for some people, if you haven't tried to do this before, it may not seem that cool, but having something this simple is incredibly awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you wanna see, there's actually some motherboards that actually has the license in there already in there. So you just have to make sure that the motherboard, look pretty much for the license within the motherboard. Easy if you're gonna do a new build and you want to do this. So it's pretty cool.
Now, one other thing we jumped a little bit ahead there is we did want to talk about another thing that we saw, because it was one of those things that people had talked a lot about, and we talked a lot about at CES before. But what we saw is with Project Zero, specifically their newer concepts, is that this is going even further, and we saw a number of new BTF and Project Zero. What's the word I'm looking for? Concepts that were taking it to the next level. And so you saw the one over at MSI for sure, right?
Yeah, I saw the new one on the MSI, which was awesome, which is also good to see, right? Because all this started a couple of years back as, like you said, as a concept, and everybody was like, hey, it's cool, but is it gonna take off? Or are there gonna be cases that I will be able to adapt to this? And actually, the answer, thank God, to the last couple of years has been yes. You know, it has been gaining traction. There's a lot of cases that are compatible with this type of motherboard, and now we have new things like actually what Roby's showing right now, which is the Project Zero X, which was pretty mind-blowing, pretty excited to see what it is. And, you know, there's more and more development being done, and see how we can, you know, make those computers and our builds look more beautiful and less like a rat's nest.
And it's insane, because the other thing too is like, and hopefully he'll show this over the course of the little video that we showed, but literally on this, there it is right there, perfect timing. Literally all the connections are actually in the middle of the system itself, right? So this is one of those things that when I was talking to Mark and the team over at MSI, they were like, we hope that people are excited about this, because they wanted to show something that was super innovative for BTF, but it really depends on what kind of clamor or what kind of, what's the word, like how much buzz this does, whether they move forward with this particular concept with the Zero X. And then the other thing too is I also showed this, and you guys will see this, I think they released this a couple days ago, but even companies like ASUS are making BTF only coolers. Like we're talking about full-on water coolers. So that will, on top of having shorter, like on top of missing all the cables, they made it shorter water-cooled cables and stuff like that. So even the hoses are becoming less visible, etc. And so they did that with their Ryu 4 BTF-focused water cooler as well. So a lot of really neat stuff with that as well. And I love seeing the innovation in this, because I don't know about you, but clean builds is, every time you show them, people they do like the Italian, you know what I mean? Like they get really excited about just how clean that stuff looks, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's actually, I'm getting ahead, but there's later on we're gonna show these super amazing, I didn't see it until earlier when we were getting ready for the show. There's this beautiful build. We'll get there. But yeah, I don't want to steal the thunder. But yeah, I'm like speechless.
Point is, it was really neat.
It is awesome.
I was really excited about it, and I want to talk about it right now, and all that sort of stuff. Now, before we go too far into that, though, because I know people were talking about with the B860. You guys also talked a little bit about you dropped some new desktop processors, right, specifically, right? And I know that, people know about the new 200S series and all that sort of stuff, but do you want to talk a little bit about the new desktop ones that you guys just did?
Yeah, so back in October, we launched what we call all the enthusiast processors, which all those are the Core Ultra, U5, U9, U7, and U9. So all the overclocking ones, the K and the KFs. And now here at CES, we actually went and launched the full stack. And by the full stack, we mean all the way down from 3 to 9, and these are just the regular processors. They're not like the case which actually go overclock, but we have officially launched them. And we also, if you're interested in the commercial side of the world, that also is where launch at the same time. That's what we did at the launch. So those from the desktop side, those were we launched. And from the mobile side, we'll talk a little bit more about those. We talk about the Arrow Lake H, which is known as the Intel Core Ultra 200H. And we also talk about Arrow Lake HX, which is the Intel Core Ultra 200HX. So those were the things we're going to talk about that we launched here at CES. And then we're going to talk a little bit more later on about the H. One thing before we jump out of the motherboards is I want to do a little plug here. We just finished a showcase, a video of showcase of motherboards. So there's this guy, might look very familiar, that goes over different types of motherboards from all the different vendors, and kind of gives you a little rundown of all the features that it has. And it's also in the Intel YouTube, in the Intel Technology YouTube channel. So if you guys want to see it, it's there. So it's a little of a plug there.
So there it is. And I'm happy to be showing it right here. But if you want to get a full rundown, I think this is actually pretty cool because it's like, I think a lot of people don't understand. I got all of the Z890 boards just from Asus alone, and I think there was like nine of them. So I think people need to know there's actually a lot of variety, and every one of those, like you might say, like, well, are they all the same? They're actually really not, are they, Alex? Like there's a ton of variety and options at different price points, all the way up to things like the Aqua from ASRock, which is like, it's $1,000 board, but it's crazy. And then you also have the Maximus from Asus, all the way down to the Prime series, or the Pro series from MSI, you know what I mean? The Pro series from MSI or the Asus Prime series, which are actually like your much more budget-friendly Z890. But the cool thing is because it's Z890, which is why it's worth watching this video, is that means it's got a minimum set of things like PCI 5, etc., that all come with it, which is the stuff that's actually kind of important.
Yeah, and sometimes you'll see, actually, well, I think it was MSI that I was talking to. Some of the things that they ported over from their Z motherboards to their B motherboards, what's a lot of the shielding for the memory, so for the RAM memory, for the traces in there, so they can actually sustain that high speeds that you had on the higher motherboards. They can actually also use it on the B motherboards,
which is actually super cool. Now, I mean, the other thing that was also very, very cool is that and this is the part that Sarah, you got really into, right? Is just some of the incredibly cool PC builds that came out of just being at CES, because it feels like for the first time, and I don't know if you noticed this too, Alex, but there seems to be like this resurgent with water cooling. There's actually been a lot, it's been a bit mired over the last year with a bunch of controversy and stuff like this. But this year it felt like it came out of the gate swinging, both from companies like Bits Power, but also Main Gear and a bunch of these companies that are kind of revitalizing the water-cooled scene with some really, really cool things. And so we actually got to see some really neat builds from people like, from folks at Ron at Blue Horse Studios, Hall of Tech. We saw some really great stuff from Liquid House. A ton of people who are just getting back into doing water cooling stuff. And I'm curious, did you have a favorite that you saw, Alex?
I was not as lucky to be able to see all those. That I can, top of my head, no, I don't recall. I was chasing laptops this time around.
At least he's honest.
Yeah, at least, I mean, again, we're not always going to be able to talk about everything or see everything. For folks who don't know, CES is huge. Am I right,
yes.
Alex? Like the amount of just content and the amount of things that you can see at CES. I've never actually been to the main floor at CES, and I heard that there's that's some of the coolest stuff. Yeah.
For the first time in my life, I actually had to go to the main floor, and then I just realized not that the size of it, it's even bigger. It's not only like you are in this huge hotels in Vegas, which every company is like in a different one. Not every company, like companies are pretty much in the whole strip, which each hotel is huge. Then they have the conference center, and I got there, and then it's like, oh, here's the latest BMW. here's here's a robot walking around. I'm like, oh, so it's not just about computers. So there's so many things to see, and you can get lost there for days. And actually, you have how many people were this year? 140,000.
Yeah, it was like a ton of people. Yeah. Did I lose him? Okay, good. Okay, I thought I lost you there for a second.
No. Yeah.
It was
a ton of people. It's a lot of things to see. This time around, I was chasing laptops because we just made the launch of those processors. So we wanted to see like what was out there.
Well, one of the things that I did want to just do a hint at really quick, guys, is when we talk about water cooling, because it's funny because a lot of people, forgot about Main Gear, but Main Gear actually came out with a brand new series called their Rush. They have a couple. They have the Apex and they have the Rush, and they've innovated in creating what is literally the ability to micro adjust in the water blocks to ensure that the tubes themselves can stay at 90 degrees. And you're just getting kind of a picture here at some of the systems. So they have the Apex Rush and the Apex Forces. The Rush is ones where you can do like their Artistry series, where they had like their Lucky build and all that sort of stuff. And then the Force are these ones that actually you can go as far as actually doing dual loop. So you could do a new 50 series plus a Core Ultra. And actually the way that they did it, it's like both in separate water blocks. You can kind of see here, the purple liquid is the GPU loop, and then the green liquid is actually the CPU loop. And so really, really neat to see. And then because of those micro adjustments, any GPU that you put into that, whether that's anything up from a B580 all the way up to like a 5090, they can make sure that all of the tubes are absolutely parallel, which is really, really cool. So I thought that was really neat to see something where, it felt like people had kind of stagnated in the world of, almost in the world of water cooling, to see an SI like Main Gear coming out and doing something really, really innovative with that. And then the last thing is like Bits Power in general went crazy as well. And we were showing you a little bit from a Holotech build, but they've also built a bunch of water blocks, etc., around cases like the Height Y70 that, again, also about giving people a ton of options and very easily being able to make very clean builds. And that was actually really, really neat. So Bits Power and Main Gear kind of revitalizing that, which I thought was neat. And you saw some cool stuff too, this is some of the stuff you highlighted as well, right, Sarah?
Yeah, I always love Liquid House because I feel like their builds just defy gravity. And I think they did some work with Bits Power as well. And then there was like Half-Life Anniversary build. There was all kinds of really cool stuff. So I love to watch those creators kind of flex their muscles and really bring us just some builds that maybe we never thought of, which are really cool. So I love them showing off at CES.
And then, go ahead, Alex.
Sorry, yeah, if you want to see like CES and Computex is when you see all the modders and all the PC building enthusiasts, like they have these beautiful show art pieces that just completely blow your mind. If you want to get inspiration, even if you cannot make it there, you can just try to look it up on the internet and you'll see all these amazing things that they made.
And then it wasn't just about water cooling. We have to agree, right? Because not everybody can do water cooling. So I also thought it was actually really neat to see just some of the new cases that we got to see as part of the stuff around CES. And this is stuff that really excited Sarah because it seems like, Sarah, I don't know, you really like lots of colors. And it feels like this year was, they kind of went bonkers, especially Height and Thermaltake specifically, right?
No, they didn't went bunkers. They went amazing. The colors of the rainbow.
I love colors, and guys, I think you're going to see us do a lot more stuff when it comes to mod workshops and that, because, come on, color is fun. We've been doing black and white builds for so many years, so I love this new trend.
And we're showing some of the ones. It was cool. I have to say the PC Mag guy is right on top of it. The Thermaltake, the tower. They actually had this thing where it's funny. Some people know him as Thermaltake Mike, but I'm changing his name to Thermaltake Rob.
Yep.
Thermaltake Rob. He almost I went in and we got to see his booth over at CES, and he was like, "Look, man, we got like a Miami Vice theme." And if you know Mike, you could definitely hear him saying that, but he was really excited about just a number of the colors that they had. And the other thing too is just the flexibility and customization. And it wasn't just about chassis, it was also things like also in RAM, lots and lots of color options in AIOs and all that sort of stuff. So you can really have these incredibly off the cuff, very, very different looking builds, which I feel like you're right, like black and white has been dominating, and we saw some stuff with height. We got to do that tarot build, but I feel like being able to push that even further is going to be really neat. And I would hope that you guys in the audience would agree that you want more variety, right? So you can do things like Valentine's builds, St. Patrick's builds, your favorite football, hockey, basketball, soccer, or football, if you're not in the United States. So like point being is that you can represent yourself in a really, really neat way with your builds. So, and then some people just say things like, Chrissy, I just need everything purple.
Yes. Or Barbie pink.
That tarot case is absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
But I think you were talking about, you called it Miami Vice, but I think is it the watermelon mint?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Oh, no. I was talking about the tarot case we built in Mod Workshop. Like, we did one in the tarot build. But now, now there's a ton of different ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And some of the two-tones that Thermaltake is coming out with is amazing. But I'm with you because we've normally matched those with either white components and that kind of stuff. So, we saw the flash of the colored motherboards. Now you're seeing with the colored RAM and the AIOs. I mean, the customization now feels endless, which I absolutely love. So, love inspirations for new builds.
Now, somebody said, Jack Dragon said, hockey fans don't have computers, don't use computers. And I don't actually think that's true. Because I actually have a number of friends, so I went to school in the Northeast, and I know a lot of hockey players who are also big computer gamers. So I'm just gonna say, I think that is a stigma that is easy to not say. Yeah, I know we even have people like Sheezy who's like, I played hockey for 20 years. I'm on a PC right now. But point being is that I actually know some pretty hardcore fans for like Detroit Red Wings, and a guy who actually did a Detroit Red Wings build. And then to have options of like bright red or all those other things is only going to make stuff like that a whole lot easier. Versus, I got to be honest, not everybody can spray paint all that well. I am one of those people that you feel like, oh man, this is going to look great. And then when I spray painted my car, it did not look good at all. Yeah, exactly. House of Tom. There you go. But he does not have a Detroit Red Wings. He does not have a Detroit Red Wings build. But the other thing too that was also neat was also some real big innovation in chassis as well. And this is one this actually showed up at Computex. But this at CES is when this build this chassis kind of made its rounds. You are going to be able to pick this up. It is a CyberPower. CyberPower, you can get this as one of their pre-build options. But we saw some really incredible cases inside of the Fantex Evolve X2 from another friend of Intel, Harji. And this is his Fantex build. But I love seeing great changes in cases like this. Chat, what do you think? And then Alex, what did you think?
This is the one I was talking earlier about. This is so beautiful. This is gorgeous. I mean, I was like, wow. Thank you, Harji.
And then
it looks amazing.
Araxnus and Turdog, and so Araxnus is saying, I hope we build in this case. We have already reached out to Fantex about doing a mod workshop for sure in this case. Yes, we have a Evolve X2 on the way just for Robotech purposes, because I gotta say, man, an FE 5090 or 5080 in this is gonna look super sweet. And then again, people like Harji, I mean, dude, they just made this look so clean. So even custom water cooling, it almost feels like the whole thing is floating. And then the other one that I thought was actually pretty neat, which we showed a little bit earlier, was the Frame 4000D, which is actually sitting right here. We just did a mod workshop build, but this is something where you can literally change almost everything out in this case from a modularity standpoint. You can replace the motherboard tray with white, you can change the whole front end and all that sort of stuff. So it was really cool to see some of just the innovation in cases and more of that just ability to represent yourself. If you're quirky like Sarah or you're conservative like me, there you go. I think Sarah's quirky. I mean, like your game room's actually pretty legit, Sarah.
Oh my God, it's way better than mine.
It's just all white. So I think this is the year that color needs to be added. So, yeah.
Okay. And I know that rumor is that Sarah's got plans for a game room. Apparently, she's already got some PC builds in plan and all that sort of stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how that moves forward over the course of the next year.
Hey, Roby.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about a little bit about gaming, maybe you should ask Sarah about her.
Oh, that wasn't even like a smooth transition. Wow.
Okay, so just so you guys know, for those who don't know, last year, and I'd love to see, does anybody in the chat remember the challenge we gave Sarah last year? We gave her a challenge. I'm just trying to see where we are. Does chat remember? There's a game she's supposed to be playing. Does anybody remember what that game is? It does have something to do with the game we're playing a little bit later on today. Let's see if anybody remembers. I don't know. Are we seeing anything? To finish Final Fantasy. Okay, so Landsworth remembered. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Final Fantasy. Okay, so people are remembering. So we gave her as a gift. I gave her as a gift for I gave her Final Fantasy 16. I said, I think this is a game you're really gonna like, Sarah. Where are we at on the Final Fantasy 16? Well, Blondie even made it easy. She's like, I was just hoping Sarah would start the game in 2024.
That's how much faith. Wow.
I'm going to over-deliver because, okay, I did not finish it.
Okay.
So we'll start there. But I'm almost halfway through, guys.
Wow, okay.
So yeah, I am about 16 hours in. So I did not do it by the first of the year, but I think there's a real shot I could do it by the end of the month.
By the end of the month. Okay, so I just want to let you, so you said you're 16 hours in?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're actually 1/6 of the way through the game.
Never mind. I won't do it by the end of the month.
Dude, but what? Okay, so let me ask you this, Sarah. What do you think of the story, though?
Fast? I loved it. I think I even texted you over the weekend.
You did. You did.
You know me so well. This is like the perfect game for me. So yeah, it is absolutely fantastic. I thought I maybe accidentally put it on an easy mode because I was going through it pretty good, and hadn't died for a while. Then I met the ogre and it was over. But yeah, great game. Really enjoying it. And
I gotta say, if you haven't played it, and you guys are gonna see this a little bit when we play, when we basically get to Rebirth here in just a bit. And Alex, you were surprised because Rebirth, you were thinking Final Fantasy, it's all, action, time-based, right? You're gonna do...
Yeah, turn-based, yeah.
No, it's turn-based. Not like this at all anymore. Well, not since Final Fantasy 12 has it been turn-based.
That just shows when was the last time I played Final Fantasy.
Yeah. I think 12 was when we got the beginning of what's called the ATB system, which was the action time-based system. And then Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and then 15 and 16 both really kind of took it to another level. So it's actually really, really crazy. And then crazy Ye Carl, yeah, I was doing the same thing, trying to finish Intergrade. I'm actually 26 hours into Intergrade right now. I've actually played more than that on the PlayStation 5, but I'm trying to get through it on the PC version. But unfortunately, I did not make it all the way, but I'll definitely be playing some Rebirth. I am very excited about playing this game today. But we're not done with CES, though.
No, we're almost there. We're
not done.
There's more.
Well, I'm excited. We're talking about cool stuff. I love talking about cool tech.
Dude,
this is fun for me. So I just don't want to take away from the fun, Alex.
I know. We just covered like motherboards, and we still haven't talked about like the other cool things that we have seen.
Yes.
Other things. So,
well, so let's get off of desktop now, because the stuff that we're going to talk about next, let's switch over to laptops, which is another thing that I think, honestly, you guys killed it with Lunar Lake. People have been really stoked about that. Meteor Lake, one of our literally if you haven't watched, we released our best laptops of 2025. The Zephyrus G16, which is a Meteor Lake laptop, actually won our laptop of the year last year. And then now with the stuff that you're announcing, that we're just about to talk about now, we're talking about all of those form factors on crack with, essentially Intel Intel Core Ultra, Arrow Lake and Arrow H and HX processors coming out, plus 50 series. It is going to be like a renaissance for laptops. So you want to talk a little bit about the Ultra Core H and those?
Yeah, let's dive in. I'm gonna blow you guys' mind with the power of PowerPoint.
You're going that far. Okay, I'm in full screen. Let's do it. Here we go.
Let's do it. All right. So what we have here is a plethora, a variety of the different processors, of the 200 series processors that are out there. So on your left, you're going to see the Intel Core Ultra 200B series, also known as Lunar Lake, which is probably the one we were just talking about. And it's actually the t-shirt that I have on, which is a pretty cool processor. It's amazing. We have talked about it a lot, and we have shared it to you guys. Then we have the new one that we just launched, as we said earlier, is the Intel Core Ultra 200H series, also known as Arrow Lake H. Then, and this one it's about to launch early February. And by launch, I mean like products are going to be there on shelf around that time. And then we have the Intel Core Ultra 200HX series. So this is also known as Arrow Lake HX, which is going to be launched later on this year. And the difference here between the H, one of the differences between H and HX, the HX is you're going to be seeing all of these guys paired with discrete graphic systems. And the H series is more of a built-in graphics. And actually that built-in graphics is ARC, but I'll go into that a little bit later. And then, as we talked earlier, that we also launched the rest of the desktop 200S series of the different SKUs. Now, let me move on to the next one. All right, so what do we have here? So the Intel 200H series, that's what I want to talk about. It has integrated Wi-Fi 7. It has 20 PCIe lanes, the Gen 5, 4 PCIe lanes Gen 4. So that means pretty much tells you how do you want to attach those 4 lanes pretty much to attach to an SSD. You have Thunderbolt 4 integrated, which is pretty neat, or you can have also Thunderbolt 5 discrete, depending on the platform. We have all our accelerators, which is the Intel Arc GPU with XMX. XMX is a set of instructions and technology that allows you to calculate faster matrix operations. Let's not go into that too deep and that deep end of the pool. We have avian code, and we have our P cores and E cores known as Lion Cove and Skymont. If these sound familiar, is because these cores come from Lunar Lake, but now these come in a different type of power envelope and also a little bit different layout. And we have the RAM, which is LPDDR5. It can go up to 8,400 megatransfers per second. Okay, so that's kind of the speeds and feeds, trying to keep it simple for you guys. If you guys see any questions, Sarah and Robbie, please let me know. Or if you want to add any stuff, it's fine. This is kind of the lineup of what you're going to see of the different processors. So you see that we have the Ultra 5 all the way to the Ultra 9. So there's going to be 2 flavors of the Ultra 5 and 2 flavors of the Ultra 7 and just 1 flavor of the Ultra 9, which is pretty neat. So they have all the different types of cores, configurations, and threads, and also the gigahertz.
So Alex, one of the things that people are asking is somebody saying, Chrissy Mashi is a great question. She's like, I've only heard of the i7 and the i9. The way to think about these is now that they've changed their naming. So yes, when you think about Core Ultra, so the Ultra 5, the Ultra 7, the Ultra 9, that's the way to kind of look at it as what used to be the i7, i5, and i9, right? Yep. So it's pretty easy to kind of mix between. And then the H there's H and HX. H is like kind of like your more power friendly, thin and light, plus discrete GPU, and then HX is like your enthusiast desktop replacement kind of things. Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a great way to think about it. You can think about it. H is a processor that has integrated graphics and has a lower power envelope. So it's so what we're trying to do is there for like thinner form factors than you will have with HX. HX is like your desktop replacement gaming or content creator rig that you have everything at the kitchen sink and then a discrete graphics card on it too. So that's what we got there. That's one way to do it. That's a great question. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think it's funny because I feel like, Alex, we've had a lot of new people who've come in and, may not have, seen some of this stuff before, or you're just kind of catching up in the Intel Live show, especially as our show has kind of expanded. You might have like new nomenclature. So I love that people ask these questions. It's a great question to ask. And then guys, we'll of course be doing a bigger deep dive to this because I know it's one thing to talk about a new platform, but we have laptops coming.
Yep.
We're definitely going to be talking about those, and then we'll do deep dives into this stuff so we can talk about more about the functionality, but then show you on an actual device, which is always super cool, right, Alex?
Yeah, that's even better. And actually, the devices should be arriving here pretty soon if they're not ready here, at least one of them. And yes, please ask us any questions when it comes to nomenclature, names, and things, because They don't get easy. They don't get easier, and you have to have like a decoder ring. So Roby and I have decoder rings and a degree.
We do?
Yeah.
Oh, no, or we're just nerds. I think I like that we're just nerds.
We're nerds. Yeah, so that's what we got. And one of the things to remember for the H is that the integrated graphics is actually the ARC graphics. So this is the first time we see an ARC designated integrated graphics within the H family. And what it is it has where am I? Yes. So it has a higher ray tracing units for those who want the ray tracing. It has a bigger cache, and it has a bunch of different. Like we said, we have this extension of engines called XMX to help you for those workloads that are machine language oriented. So,
and if you want a full rundown, guys, we actually have a video from Robitech that's coming out on Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't remember right off the, but that's actually doing a deep dive into this stuff. So it'll be a great overview of all these announcements, kind of from a nice, like, clean, easy place to go in there. It talks a little bit about like why H only has has more powerful and more substantial Media Lake support. More substantial ARC Alchemist support than, say, for instance, the HX, given that the HX needs less because it's relying heavily more on discrete GPU and stuff. But it still does a lot of other things with that integrated graphics, which is actually just important to laptops in general. So there's a lot of really cool stuff coming in there. But on top of just having really neat architecture, we also saw some incredibly cool laptops come out of this, right? And I think we have one that was like, everybody was really excited about the Duo, and we're going to talk about the Duo here in a minute. But Lenovo, I just feel like they've been kind of the innovators when it's coming to laptops. And I want to show you this one, Alex. You want to talk a bit about it?
Yeah. Yeah, so this is actually blew Roby's and my mind too, because it was the first time that actually I get to see live an OLED rollable screen. So you can see the guy's going to go and press the button, and actually he already did, and you can see that the monitor is extending. Is getting longer in the vertical position, and I was like, "Wow! It's so seriously, it looks amazing, so cool." And I was looking like, "How does it roll? How does it bend?" It's actually the first laptop that is going to be commercially available with an extended screen with a rollable OLED screen, just to OLED monitor. So it's beautiful. It's great. It's pretty. I mean, if you are a coder, or if you're doing a lot of essays and all this stuff, this definitely will come in handy, especially if you travel a lot. For example, Roby and I run all over the place, and running with an extra screen around, it could be cumbersome, but with this, makes life a lot easier. What are your thoughts, Roby?
So a couple things. It's funny because it's funny enough we're talking about this. I just released the video on this today. So it's $3,500. It's supposed to come out quarter two of this year. It is a Meteor Lake based Core Ultra H processor, right? Like I think it's Meteor Lake for this one. So it's an H, sorry, not Meteor, Arrow Lake. It's an Arrow Lake thing. The thing that is so crazy, guys, is that it also gets a ton of battery life, and you can do up to 2 screens on this. So even though when it's fully extended, you can actually do like the Duo or the Lenovo Yoga Book, where you can have something at the top and the bottom. It's $3,500 though, so it's not cheap, right? Obviously foldable OLED. And then LTT, if you had to, Linus actually showed this on Jimmy Fallon as well, just to kind of blow people's minds. But very, very cool. I really am excited. I do understand, I believe Lenovo is going to send us one of these, so we will get to show you here on the show, and we'll be doing a review on this. But really excited about this. And the other thing too is it's also not heavy. Like, it's crazy just how functional this thing is. And I know the big questions for us is like, how is it going to be from a durability and standpoint? But yeah, dude, this thing blew my mind.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to see that. They also had other Lenovo's in there that were pretty amazing. I forgot the name of it. Let me look at it. And one of the cool things of that one, I'll get the name. But one of the cool things of that one is actually now, for a while, actually, when Roby and I take a look at laptops and we actually take them apart, there's some specific screws with a specific head that you need to use. So there's not your regular screwdriver that everybody has. You actually have to buy a specific set of screwdrivers in order to be able to open it. But what Lenovo's doing is, like, Lenovo's saying, like, hey, you know what? We want people to be able to upgrade these. So instead of having 12 screws on the back, we're only going to have 4 screws. and then they're just going to be. There you go. Thank you, Roby. And
so it looks like this, yeah.
Yes. So those are the crazy ones that it's like you don't find them on your you actually have to look for them and know what you're looking for. And what Lenovo is doing now is like, hey, for these type of laptops, I want to the one we just did, the one I need to go figure it out which one was. We're just going to put some Phillips and we're going to only make 4 screws. That way you can go in there, upgrade it, add another SSD, or if you want to change the RAM and do all that stuff, and you don't have to have a degree in mechanical engineering or nerd title to be able to do all that stuff. So it's pretty neat, all the different things they're coming up with. So they're pushing that envelope.
Well, I mean, it was, and as cool as that actually was, like which was actually really, really neat. We saw something, and it was actually at the Intel booth. So easily upgradable, and I'm going to show you guys this off the thing. So I was hanging out with Luc Lafrienne from the team over at Linus Tech Tips, and I wanted to have him blow his mind. So I'll just give you guys a little peek here as we're throwing in here. But you can actually see. Check this out. So when we talk about easily upgradable, this is one of those things that you and I have both opened laptops many times before, right, Alex?
Yes, many times.
But
I opened them. I don't know about putting them together, but definitely opened them up.
And so when I was, this is basically Asus has got with both their Scar line and their Strix line this new feature. And at first, he thought it was this e-ink thing, but you can actually see Luke here in just a minute. He is going to, there's at the very bottom of this laptop, there's a little button, and he's going to push this button, and then just by pushing that button, you can completely take off the whole bottom and do easily upgradable your system, right? So access to your RAM, your NVMe's, all that sort of stuff with a very, very easy upgrade system. And it's literally one latch. And we shook this thing, like we were like, how easy is it? It is not easy to take off, but all it takes to just make it come out is just that little latch, which I thought was really, really neat. So it was very cool. I blew a couple UFD techs and Luke's mind with that one. And it was, again, another just really, really great example of seeing innovations in laptops as well, Alex. So those things, that was super, super funny.
But wait, there's more. Actually, one thing that you also pointed in that video, actually that Luke points out in that video, is that that laptop also has the easy release and attach of SSD. So you don't have to also do screw that little Phillips screw into it. So you just have that plastic release, and that's it. Making life a lot easier.
And honestly, it was like the Q, and it's the name of it. It's part of their Q latch innovation stuff from them. And the great thing is when I first saw it, I was like, well, it's on the Scar, which has a tendency to be like a $2,000, $3,000 laptop. But believe it or not, like one of the laptops, which was probably the best-selling laptop from last year, the Strix G16, the new Arrow Lake, the HX version, and the H version the HX versions will actually also include this feature, which allows you to easily upgrade. Because I mean, most of these, though you can't upgrade the RAM, you can upgrade the NVMe, and there's usually one or two. There's usually at least one, if not in some case like the MSI Titan, 5 extra NVMe slots, and getting to them can be scary because you're holding like a $5,000 laptop. And you're like, I don't want to break this, right?
Yes.
So you want it to be something where it's like, hey, I want you to be able to jump in and be able to upgrade this easily, which I think is actually really, really cool.
Yeah, I really liked it too because it reminded me of how many little plastic lips I have broken. I mean, they have fallen off on their own while I'm trying to open the laptop.
Yep.
And this just makes life a lot easier.
Yeah, so I like that we're making lives easier. The other thing too, which is also really, really rad, that we've talked about as well, is even though Intel's not making Nooks anymore, that doesn't mean that there's not new Nooks being made. And so I actually had a chance, and I don't know if you had the chance as well, but did you get to go check out the Asus Nook stuff?
I went and checked out the Asus Nook stuff, the ROG one, and it was like, I need this to take with me everywhere.
Yeah. And somebody, Chrissy
pretty neat.
Mattia is asking, do you work for Intel? Yes, Alex works for Intel. So
Yes,
just so as an FYI. So that's why he's giving you all the insider information. So just as an FYI. So they showed last year's model, which was actually pretty cool, and you could get, it was neat, right? It had Meteor Lake, it was Core Ultra 9. But the new one, which we're about to see here in just a second, this one you can get up to a 5080. You can do up to a Core Ultra 9. Sorry, I think this one you could do with Arrow Lake. So it's a Core Ultra 9, 285. Yeah, sorry, Ultra 9 Arrow Lake HX. Right,
Yeah,
DDR5, Wi-Fi 7. It does have the Thunderbolt license, by the way, so you can do Thunderbolt share. Dude, look at how small this is with an RTX 5080 mobile in it. And rad.
You know, that could be, for all you guys that are joining us, we were talking about, like last year we did a live stream in the middle of the night in Taiwan for Intel Live. And I was thinking like, hey, this guy could be our, it would be a great candidate to be our streaming PC. It's light, it's easy to carry. It's a great use for that.
And they had more than just the gaming ones. Of course, the gaming ones we were really excited about. But it was neat to see them. I do know that we have a number of those that are going to be on. So we hopefully we'll be able to show those on the show. But I do know that Asus is sending us some because I absolutely want to check those out. Especially if you could just like take that with a portable screen to like the library. You know what I mean, dude?
Yes,
I mean, so many things that that can happen. And it's not a dock, guys. That is a full-blown PC.
Yeah, it's a full-blown PC. You just need a monitor, and you're set.
So, and then the last kind of cool laptop that I think we're going to talk about before we talk about, we had two more. We had two more. The other one that I was going to talk to you guys about, just because if you guys like the Lenovo one, is the ZenBook Duo. We have the new U version. I think it's using the new U ones from you guys, and this is the ZenBook Duo. If you've not seen this, you can make it look like just a normal laptop. It's crazy. This thing is super cool. And the new one is coming out here, and hopefully, and the hope is that we'll be showing this on the show. I think it's planned, right, Sarah, that we're going to be able to show this off? Did I lose? Okay.
Actually,
good.
we've got it planned in a couple of weeks.
Yep. So we'll do a deep dive on this one, guys. This one's going to blow your mind as well. If you thought the expanded, wait till you see all the tech that they've got in this thing, because it's pretty impressive.
I love these. Yeah.
These are really nice. These are really nice. Dear Santa.
Dear Santa.
My list is getting longer.
Yeah, the list is getting long. And then the only other thing that I wanted to mention, and this was actually shown in December before we go into and talk about the handheld ones, is Alienware actually came out with some really crazy innovations, which I think kind of blew people's minds. Now, for those who don't know, they actually had a new general manager who stepped up. He joined about 2 years ago, and they're kind of starting to see the first of his products. The first one was their Area 51, which you'll be able to get Arrow Lake HX. You'll be able to get you'll be able to get Core Ultra Desktop 200S processors inside of this. But this PC is using standard parts. And on each one of these, you can kind of see here these little QR codes. You can replace the AIO, you can replace the fans, you can replace the motherboard. You can completely upgrade the system without having to basically use Alienware specific parts. And the other thing too is they did a lot of stuff here as well with their cooling and thermal stuff. Which is actually very impressive to see that from an SI. This is something that this is a completely custom built case, but you don't necessarily have to have Alienware do the work, and they actually give you videos on how to do it yourself. And then the last one was their new Area 51, and I want you to talk about this, Alex, because you got to see the lighting, the Aurora Borealis effect that is built into these.
Actually,
it was insane.
Yeah, it was pretty insane. Actually, you want to see the details on this. We actually had the pleasure to talk to Eddie, who is the product manager of this laptop. The video is in the Intel YouTube Tech channel. Just look for Alienware. It's going to be there, and it's amazing. It's so beautiful, well done. Actually, one of the things that I like a lot in there, which is is the small things. They built the lip of the laptop, this one here, like a V, like this, so it's easier to put your finger and just lift it. So that was pretty cool to see that. And the Aurora Borealis that they did in the background, it was beautiful. Also, I think if I recall correctly, they re-engineer all their heat sinks and everything else, so to run quieter and able to run at a higher power and different things. It's a beautiful amazing, well-built laptop, and the keyboard, it looks amazing, and I think they did a great job. They did an amazing job. Not a great job. They did an amazing job.
I'm trying to show a video that I actually got to take at the event when I was in New York here, but you can actually see, look at that lighting is actually inside of the chassis.
Yes,
so
it's
the
inside,
chassis itself, and it looks like an Aurora Borealis on the back of the cooling unit. The other thing too is that they've actually created like a raised lip, so for better cooling you can see a little bit of that there. And they also even made a special backpack so that it fits inside of it and stuff like that. So it is a very impressive device. Absolutely excited to get our hands in it for sure. We actually have covered a number of Alienware here on the show, and it's neat to see how they've improved it. Both just from the performance standpoint, because the chassis has been kind of redesigned all up, both thermally with their vapor chamber and all that stuff, as well as just functionality. And then the other thing too is that the color, Alex, right? It's a two-tone. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's two-tone, and the finish. Actually, one of the cool things about that is one of the problems that Robbie and I have, which we have about the same pet peeves, is when we grab a laptop and sometimes we have greasy hands because we like food, and you just smudge them. So actually, this one does a pretty good job of not, we don't left it the smudge. So we like that, which is really nice because it gets to see all the amazing hardware that was put into the color, the finish, like you said, the two-tone finish, and it just makes for an amazing laptop.
Okay, so we're at the end. We really do need to get to gaming, but we had a couple more things that we just wanted to show off really quick. First and foremost, we did see brand new handhelds. So
yes.
At Computex last year, we saw the announcement of the new MSI Claw. That is now launched in the US. I believe it is launched now, Sarah. I don't know if you can confirm that.
I think it is because I saw some pre-orders in Newegg.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
it is launched. I think they're shipping soon. End of the month, maybe? I'll have to double check.
So a couple things is this is where you get to see some really neat stuff where MSI listened to feedback. They changed the mushiness of the triggers. Obviously, it's now Lunar Lake instead of Meteor Lake, so you've seen it upgraded there. They've changed it so less fingerprints. It's a bigger screen, yeah, there's a lot to be excited about. We're supposed to get to show it. I think I don't want to make sure I promise something that we're not. Huh?
Well,
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Yeah. And the cool thing is actually now one of the feedback that MSI got was like they only had like one USB-C or one Thunderbolt port in there, and I actually get two. So there's a lot more ports, and actually it looks really, really, really good. It's definitely something that I'm really looking forward to.
So it looks like that one's currently on back order at some of the retailers. So we'll work hard to bring it so we can show you guys.
Yeah, actually, thank you. The Poets brings a good point that I kind of forgot. They had a computational AI. So long story long is they went and grabbed a bunch of people's handprints by using camera and image recognition and measurements, and they process all this data from thousands of people to figure out how to make it more comfortable for all the thousands of types of hands that are there. So that was pretty cool to see all the different things that they're doing to improve their design.
So yeah, it's really cool to see the innovation there. And then we wanted to show one more innovation, then we'll get right into gaming. And then you and I got to see this. We thought this one is kind of crazy because the other thing too is we saw on top of making cool handhelds, they've made handhelds bigger, like a lot bigger. Like a lot bigger. Like we're talking like 11 inches, right? Which I don't know how you call that a handheld, right? But they did. But actually Intel at their booth actually had a chance to showcase a, not only is it massive, because you can actually see it right here, I'm showing it here at the booth itself, but it includes a ventricular screen. So like the 3DS, with the flick of a switch, it actually turns it into a full 3D experience. But look at how big that is, Alex.
That's a big boy.
It's so big.
That is a big boy.
It was so big. Battery life on these things is still, supposed to be pretty impressive. Resolution is still on par. And at the same time, Tencent is actually making games. I think this will only be, I don't know if they've talked about it coming to the US market, but point being is that there is, Acer Nitro showed a similar form factor. But again, point being is that you're going to be on the plane, and as a media consumption device and gaming device, this could be pretty cool.
Great. Yeah, and I don't know if you get to show in your video, but just like the Lenovo, you can detach the controllers from the side.
Yep.
And just play with them. So yeah, we were pretty cool to see. Like in your hands, you had the Tencent. Behind you, there is the claw. Oh, and I forgot the other one behind next to it, the name of it. But yeah, we saw there was a lot of handhelds out there, and Intel had a bunch of them coming out. So those are pretty neat.
I don't know about you, Alex, but I'm here for it. Like, I am so happy. To be honest, like, people are talking about like the devices they use now. I mean, I use mine, like, especially like I'll go when my wife goes to bed. I'll just like turn on my handheld, just sit there and play games without any problem whatsoever, right? Like, 'cause it's awesome. It's super cool. I'm super happy, for sure. So, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Janice actually is right. Is the 1X player behind you? Say, thank you guys. Yeah, you just have to ask the chat. They know they have the answer. They have all the answers.
The name of it, I don't think they actually had an official name. All they had is they talked about the 3D eye tracking and stuff like that. It's powered by a Core Ultra 7258. I'm talking about the specifically the Tencent one.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's kind of a demo unit, but they have a whole division of their game teams that are working on games specifically for this one. And it's actually Lunar Lake based, which is, again, like the MSI Claw, the Claw 2. And honestly, like, seeing is believing, guys. It's hard to show it on video, but that 3D effect was actually really cool. And on a screen that big, it makes a big difference, which is actually pretty crazy.
It's even better. Well,
so,
if you guys don't know how it works, it has cameras on top of it. It's looking at your position of your eyes, and then it's adjusting the screen to make sure that your eyes are the ones that are able to see in 3D.
Yeah, it's really impressive. So, speaking of impressive in gaming, it's time to actually game.
It's that time.
It's that time.
It's that time.
I was a little worried we wouldn't be able to fill the time, but honestly, we actually ended up cutting some of the stuff we were going to cover because we just like to talk about tech. And understand, if you're watching the show for the first time and you're coming and seeing it, understand this isn't always the format of the show. Most of the time, we'll actually, like next week, we're actually going to be doing a build. So it changes all the time. This one, we just wanted to do a really good job of doing a recap. And if this is something you liked, please share that. Like, again, head over to discord.gg/Intel. Let us know what you think, what kind of formats you do, because we're always trying to improve the show. The show is 2 years old at this point in time.
Almost,
so and we're always, we never want to make it feel stale, but we love to see what you guys want and the kind of feedback you have, because you guys are the people who watch this, and if you don't watch, then it's just me and Alex
talking,
hanging out, which I mean, we still love.
You know what we're gonna have to figure out this year?
What
100th show anniversary.
When? What? How far away are we from that? I don't even know if I can handle that.
We're a little ways away, but we'll hit it this year.
Yes. Wow, 100 shows.
It's something to look forward to.
Yeah, we have to figure it out. When is it going to land? So maybe we can plan something big for it.
Dude, and the other thing too is, you're not wrong. People are like, I love the Intel Morning Show. How long ago was it the Intel Morning Show?
We changed that like a year and a half ago.
We had to change that because it was called the Intel Morning Show, and we kept showing up at 11.
It was never in the morning. At least we're all Pacific Standard Time, so we're all West Coast in the U.S. And it was never in the morning. So we laughed that it was morning in Hawaii, I think.
Yeah. We would say it's morning somewhere.
Yeah, that's how we started it.
Yeah, it was Intel Morning Show, and then we became the Intel, and it's been Intel Live Show for a while. And then I think it's been on Fridays pretty consistently, but every once in a while we'll be like, it's the Intel Live Show on Tuesday. You know what I mean? So, and we even did it like in the middle of you remember that we actually had a real Intel Morning Show like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, it was 2 in the morning.
We did. Computex was fun. Yeah, to watch you guys try to pull a build together when Roby's not building, and at like 2 in the morning, that was hilarious.
That was probably one of my favorite episodes, because when you have lack of sleep, Alex and Roby, anything goes, and then you just throw you throw Kevin Tabor in there and from Be Quiet, and it was off the rails. And we had UFD Tech there as well, and all of us were pretty much tech show like tired plus not having sleep, and that was actually really fun. So,
and I had a spacesuit.
What?
And I had a spacesuit with me.
Yes, you did. You did actually bring a spacesuit, which was crazy. So your cosplay, like the fact that you cosplayed at Computex in Taipei was actually pretty crazy. So we do not know like plans for Taipei and all that sort of stuff, or you know, we're figuring out. We're gonna see if maybe we can do another one. That would be super cool. We had such a great time doing that last year. Hopefully not at 2 in the morning, but you never know, right?
Yeah.
That's the problem, right? We have to make it so you guys can watch it. So
yeah, that's true. All right. I'm gonna go and disappear for
okay, he's gonna go get ready. I'm gonna get my stuff set up. Let's get to gaming, guys. And this is actually, it's funny, the thing that I didn't know was gonna happen, Sarah, is this is where I was gonna actually ask you all about your Final Fantasy time, because we needed some transition time as we move over to gaming, and Alex was like, you know what? I want to steal your thunder. I want to make this happen. So I was like, okay, well, I guess we're gonna talk about it now, Alex.
It was the most awkward transition ever.
It was so awkward. It was so awkward, but we love Alex. We do, you know?
We do. And I'm becoming a huge Final Fantasy fan through this whole thing. So I have to say thank you.
Okay, so
I'm excited. Tell me more about this, because you were playing through getting ready for today.
Okay, so let me tell you guys a couple things. Final Fantasy VII, for folks who don't know, Final Fantasy VII is one of the most iconic and probably most beloved games that have come from the Final Fantasy series. It was when it came out in 1997. People couldn't imagine. Like they used FM full motion video to tell the story. People were, I mean, they were blown away at just how good it looked. And at the same time, the game itself had, one of the craziest love stories, probably one of the most iconic villains. And then since then, that universe has continued to grow. And we're talking about growing in the way of making a full-length movie, which was Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. You actually had different games that kind of came in. And what happened is that about, I'd say 6 years ago, it may have even been a little bit longer, Square Enix finally teased that they were going to remake Final Fantasy VII. And they turned it into a trilogy, of which we are now getting here on the PC. This has been out on PlayStation 5 for a while. That we are getting the second of what will be 3 games that'll be the retelling of Final Fantasy VII. So the first one was called Final Fantasy VII Remake, and then they had Integrate, which is the one that came out on PC. And then now Rebirth is the continuation of that, which is after you get out of Midgard, which is the main city and stuff like that. So the main game, I think when I finished the OG one on PlayStation 5, it took about 90 hours to kind of complete everything. I was trying to beat it on PC before we actually got to this point here. But we're going to watch, as part of this experience right now, we're actually going to watch the story so far, which will kind of get you caught up. But the one thing I will say is that there are a ton of characters, and I do mean a ton of characters. We're not, you guys don't see the game. This whole time I'm like here talking about stuff, thinking you guys are seeing it, but then I realized you don't see anything. So,
it's a nice ribbon.
Yeah, it was, thank you for looking at the Windows display. Let's extend these now. I mean, duplicate. But we're going to show you kind of the story so far and get you guys up to speed on where things are. But understand, the one thing I will say is that this universe, this world is very complicated, and there's a lot of characters, and they try to do their best to let you know what's happening. So if you're a little confused, I will do the best to kind of introduce them as best I can. Can you guys hear audio? Because I hear a little. Okay, let me just.
I heard a tiny bit.
Yeah, let me. I'm going to. Do you guys hear? Yes. Okay, they hear gameplay. Okay, good. I'm just gonna make sure in my headset.
So people are saying that they really appreciate you giving kind of the rundown of this series. Looks like some might be a little bit further behind.
Yeah, and that's what I hope that helps, right? Because I will say that understanding that history will just understand that, like, a lot of people think that this game is new. And I will say that it has also taken departures from the original game, which has made some people, leave it open that this might be alternate universe Final Fantasy VII, which is very Square Enix of them. Yeah, that's kind of where things are. So let's see the story so far.
There is so much to tell.
So this will get you caught up.
Start? With all that we saw, what we heard, what we felt, this planet of ours, destiny, our part in it. Best to start at the beginning, perhaps. Midgar, the city of Mako, ruled by the Shinra Electric Power Company, who drained the planet of its very essence, the life stream, and processed it for industry as Mako. Our world was dying, and so few could hear her cries for mercy. Those who could rose up in her defense. The anti-Shinra rebels, Avalanche. Among them, Cloud Strife, an ex-soldier hired by the Resistance to destroy Reactor 1. In Sector 8, amidst the aftermath of the attack, Cloud met a flower seller named Aerith. She offered him a yellow blossom, one said to symbolize reunion. And thus was destiny set in motion. With Reactor 1 gone,
Do you guys still hear game sound, or
on Mako
just making sure you guys can hear it? I haven't heard anybody say no sound, but
Fortunately, they were playing
I
right
can
into
hear you
Shinra's
now.
hands.
I muted
The
so we
company
could hear
was
the
able to
video.
draw the
Okay.
wool over the people's
Oh.
eyes. And in the end, destroyed Sector 7. Killing
This is the recap
thousands
story, Sarah.
and laying the blame at Avalanche's feet. Though dear friends were lost, Avalanche had no time to grieve. Aerith had struck a deal with Shinra, who took her into custody. With her capture, Shinra's obsession was within reach. The fabled Promised Land. For Aerith was the last of the Cetra, the ancient stewards of the planet. And only she could guide them to paradise. To save her, the team infiltrated the Shinra building, the company's beating heart. It was here that I, another prisoner, joined their story and assisted them in freeing Aerith. Yet during our flight, we came face to face with a man thought dead. The vaunted war hero, Sephiroth. Before he could be stopped, Cloud's foe fled with the corpse of Genova, the cataclysm from the stars and the catalyst of our plight. Eventually, we too made good our escape. Pursuing troopers defeated, we raced toward Midgar's edge. Yet Sephiroth once again intervened. Suddenly, deafening screams rent the air. Whispers, the arbiters of fate, descended upon the city. Before their imposing wall, Aerith warned us. This was Destiny's crossroads. Every moment, every action, every step taken had all been as the Whispers willed it. To fight them was to break free. On the other side of fate, Sephiroth waited, the Whispers undulating within him. Cloud brought his blade down upon his rival, sundering destiny. The fight won, and the shackles of destiny broken. We stood before the unknown, a world of boundless freedom. It was there, beyond where fate could follow, that a new journey began.
Okay. So that is the story. And Alex will let me know when he's ready, but that is the story. And so let me understand. So guys, that took like 90 hours. To understand, to give you an idea, I beat Final Fantasy VII in like 110 back in the day. So it's like they've taken they've added a lot of enrichment in this. And so you've met a lot of characters, Red, you've met Aerith, Cloud. I will say the one thing that I will let you guys know is that there are two teams of people in this universe. Those of us who think Cloud and Aerith, and those of us who think Cloud and Tifa, right? So that's just that's always the thing. You're either team Aerith or team Tifa, and so that is one of the biggest kind of battles because there's a big love story there as well. So it's just trying to get you fully integrated into the universe that is this thing. So if you have a team, feel free to share it. If you're not Tifa, then everybody else is wrong. So that's just the way to say it.
Can you hear me, Robbie?
I can't. Are you ready, sir? Because we're just about to start, so it might be perfect timing.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
Okay, here we go, guys. The first cosplay of 2025. Oh my gosh! He went full Cloud.
I can't see.
Oh, and he got the sword too.
Nice.
Okay, honestly, this was pretty good, Alex.
This is really good.
Thank you. We ran out of gel at the SRC, so I couldn't spike my hair today. Apologize
The
for that.
broadsword.
It's been a couple of days.
It's kind of swole Cloud instead of like because you've got smoldering hair, but it is still there. That's awesome.
It's a no product hair day. That's what
that's right. Yeah, this is how I do have to say one thing that I will say about Final Fantasy VII is Cloud's hair does defy gravity. Like how it does what it does, I don't know.
I need this gel.
Yeah, you needed a lot of gel. That would have taken some eyes.
Sorry, the best responses in chat says it was hair wash day.
Yeah, it was rinse. I had to rinse today.
It's really good though. It's really good. Alex, I don't care what you say. I'm gonna call you a cosplayer.
Thank you. Yeah, this actually turned out pretty good. I'm a little happy on it. So the sword ties the whole thing together.
They said you have to do the smoldering eyes.
Yeah, you got to get it all ready. It's hard with his eye. Can you even see his eyes?
That sword is epic.
The sword is good. Yeah, you gotta have you gotta do the. Oh wow. Okay, now this is this is taking next level now. Bring the sword up so that way they can do the new. There you go. There's your new emote pose right there.
For those of you that are on Discord, the fact that he is matching the GIFs in chat is, I don't know if he's trying, but it's pretty epic.
Oh, I didn't know he was. Yeah, if you're doing that accidentally, that makes it even better. Or he's just a natural. That's the thing.
Natural blonde.
Yeah, the fact that you actually did the turtleneck and everything, man, you did good, Alex. You did good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Okay, we are now officially starting the game, guys. And this game is very good looking. So this is the Escape from Midgard.
I'm waiting, Cloud.
Sephiroth. That song, by the way, Final Fantasy VII Advent Children.
I'm here on the Midgar Expressway. The scene is indescribable. Countless buildings have been leveled, and part of the road has collapsed. The smoke rising from the rubble is reminiscent of a funeral pyre. Of course, this is only the most recent in a series of crises. Multiple reactor bombings, followed by the fall of the... The fall of the Sector 7 plate, culminating in this unprecedented destruction, caused by a massive tornado which swept through Sectors 0, 1, and 2. After a briefing with Shinra investigators, Mayor Domino released a statement declaring the tornado to be, quote, weather warfare, perpetrated by the infamous insurgent group known as Avalanche. The administration also suspects the involvement of Wutai, and has begun investigations into the matter.
So obviously story heavy. That's the thing to know.
I like storyline.
Oh yeah, this is if for Final Fantasy, this is all the. There's so much story in this game, and the thing is even though you saw the overview, the amount of the one thing that you don't get is just how much you start getting really connected with the characters, like when you help the orphans, and just the stuff that you're doing, yeah, just to help each character, the relationship between Tifa and Cloud, as well as Barrett and Cloud, and all of that stuff, and even Jesse. There's just a lot to really like here that you're kind of missing. So if you get a chance to go back and play the original remake, I think remake's on sale before getting into Rebirth. I think you'll really enjoy, and it'll actually make the experience. Now I will say Square Enix tried really hard to make it so they want everybody to be able to enjoy this, whether you are a Final Fantasy VII fan or not. So they did make this very standalone-ish, but you're going to have a little bit more context, which I think would be good.
So just, I guess for me, for everybody else who's jumping into this, so remake is the one before this one.
Correct. And then there's the third one, which is supposed to be, I think next year is supposed to be the third one.
All right, so we got our workout cut out, guys.
Yeah, there's Alex right there.
That's me.
Just too much conditioner today, Alex.
Yeah, sorry, it's a little humid over here.
The good thing is that all you have to be really good at is grunts, because he does a lot of.
Of course, this is only the most recent in a series of crises. Multiple reactor bombings, followed by the fall of the fall of the Sector 7 plate.
Boy, that tornado really did a number on the city.
Wow, it does look better.
I
got another reactor.
Oh, it looks.
Which must have been caused by the tornado.
I played for like 2 hours last night.
It pours.
Really, it's a
As
lot
you
of
can
fun.
see, over there. Amidst the wreckage of the expressway, search and rescue operations are already in progress.
Did you see the crane? Did you see it actually has a hand on it?
Yeah.
That soldier, armed with a buster sword, highly dangerous.
I repeat, the fugitive is an
Oh, that's
ex-soldier
crazy.
armed with a buster
What?
sword.
The hand.
Yeah.
Back over here. The rescue team has pulled people from the rubble.
Oh, that's Tifa. And Barrett.
Quick, get the camera off them.
Oh, there's Red.
Come on, this way.
Wow, that guy did a really good job of ducking.
Targets have been secured.
Those are your buddies, Alex.
Be a helo now.
No.
Oh, there's
Is
Aaron.
that
We're taking off.
is that a summon? Yeah.
Turn that off! The survivors are being taken away!
Somebody said that the audio said.
Oh gosh.
Excuse me. Could you look after my friend? Just for a bit. Too much Mako. But he'll be fine.
I like how he just hands him to some girl.
Hey!
Aerith!
Oh, whoa. Oh, Red does. That's sounding bad. So the one thing I will say, I don't know if you've done this, Sarah, as you've been playing, but you can't do it yet. Is you definitely want to make sure that you explore everything. There's a lot of hidden stuff that, like chests and stuff, like in lots of places, and they've always been really good at rewarding you. That same thing with Final Fantasy 16 too. I don't know if you've noticed that, Sarah.
I did not. Okay, and this might sound like a ridiculous say. Is it weird I go back to Steam and start looking at my achievements to see if I start missing things?
Well, so the achievements, like a lot of the achievements, at least they're for like very specific. Like for instance, one is like you get Jesse gives you like a compliment when you're doing like the motor. They're very in Final Fantasy 16 is better, but they're not as the ones in Final Fantasy 7 were a little bit more of a pain, right? So you could, but most of the story-based ones are always they say they're locked. And look at how good this looks.
It looks so nice. Like the look and even when you're fighting.
Hey, Robbie.
Yeah.
Can you do that in the game?
Yes, I can. I knew somebody was going to say that. I'm trying. You always got to find the balance, guys. Sorry. Is that better? Turn it down a bit.
Yeah,
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find the right volume here. Okay. Yeah. So cutting down in Final Fantasy 7, it's crates. There's Sheener crates and stuff like that. It shouldn't be getting louder. Does it sound better?
Folks are typing. I'll let you know.
Okay, here we go. First fight. And then the other thing, too, is like it's all action-based. Oh, wow. He's quite a bit different than Cloud. Oh. Turn down more. Okay. 10% more. Okay, went about 10%. So he's got a lot more physical attack than there, Alex. And then we'll play here for a little bit, just showing you the intro. But Alex has actually got about 2 hours in, so we'll switch over to Alex here in a minute. Oh, there's Aerith. Whoa. What the?
Heads up!
He just threw it. That was not light.
You think I worked out? That guy. he's a boss, like a boss.
I like how Barrett and Tifa are on that thing, and he didn't even think about it. He was like, "Yeah, it's fine. They'll be okay.
They'll survive."
Gotcha. Bye.
That sword can reach out and touch you.
Yeah, I know, dude. That thing is long. Now that is Cloud Sword. Okay, so he's got Aerith. Come on, Red.
Thank you.
He's gonna leave him there?
Oh, not like a lion puppy?
Yeah, it's Red. Yeah, Red 13.
Where's the ancient? Heads are gonna roll if we don't fight.
Sweet.
Just shut the hell up and search.
But what about Tifa and Barrett?
I can't start this sad.
Dude, you have no idea.
This is so
This game plays with your heartstrings.
all of it.
If Alex had heartstrings, it'd play with them.
I love how
They were all
many-
cut.
I'm back.
I love how many Final Fantasy experts we have in chat. This is awesome.
Oh, I need to read that chat because I am trying to catch up on like everything.
That's materia. So the materia stuff is super important. That's how all of your magic is, and then how you put them together and stuff like that. Like that's how you can create your characters, what materia you equip. I still think it's funny he just like handed Cloud to some random girl and ran off. Watch after her.
All right then. Seeing as we've got the time, want to tell the rest of us about you and your buddy Sephiroth?
Sure. If Tifa doesn't mind.
Me? Yeah, no problem. It's cool.
So this feels like it's like flashbacks right now.
It all started 5 years ago. I was 16 at the time. There was hardly any work for soldiers back then, and the little there was boring as hell. My heart wasn't in it. Then, out of nowhere, the job of a lifetime came. A mission with Sephiroth. I couldn't believe my luck.
So this is like a. So have you played through this, Alex?
Yep.
So this. So you're after this.
Yeah, I'm almost at the top. Like I already defeated the first boss.
Hey man.
So this is all flashback, guys. So introducing you to who Sephiroth is.
Sure,
Who's the guy who he fought with the giant. You think Cloud Sword is big?
Wish I could
Yeah,
talk,
his
but my head
katana
emotions.
is like
Sorry, man.
So long.
Ready to do this?
Yeah, you bet.
Alex, I feel like that's what you would do before a mission. Is you just sit there and work out.
Oh, I'm glad you were not chasing me around CES because I was doing some push-ups before a shot.
Okay, so I remember this specific scene from the original Final Fantasy VII game.
Mission at some point. Because if it's another one of those Turks gigs, you can let me off right here.
Really?
Finally make first. What do? Call a ceasefire with Utah. Stealing my shot at glory. I didn't join Soldier to be an errand boy. I joined up so I could be a hero, like you.
Well, our mission is to survey a rundown reactor. Another one of those Turks gigs.
Huh. Looks dejected, Alex.
Yeah.
Fine. Job's a job, I guess.
Like boring.
Where is it?
Nibelheim.
Nibelheim? That's where I grew up.
Got some fiends in our 12.
Dude, Sephiroth is tall. I never realized how big he was.
He is a tall man.
He's a tall dude.
You're gonna see here how fast he moves.
Oh, dude. I have some of those in my backyard. Are those problems?
Ernie and Bernie.
Oh, that was like one hit.
One hit wonder. Boom. Like a bow.
He's got some crazy hair.
Wait in the truck.
No way! I got this!
Wow. Why can't he kill this one that simple? Okay, here we go. Okay. What the?
Yeah. Easy breezy beautiful.
That was, whoa.
Yeah.
Dude, Cloud's like, wait, what?
Yeah, and that was it.
He was in a different
Yeah,
league
pick
from
up
the
your
rest
job
of
from the
us.
ground, please, sir.
I'm sorry, guys, my Aerith costume didn't come in on time.
Nibelheim. That's where they built the first reactor. Right?
Yeah. It all started in the fall. Something was wrong with the reactor.
Okay, so this is, there they are right there, Tifa and Aerith. That's the two that people are choosing between.
Only made things worse. People were scared, desperate.
The villagers tried to take care of the monsters themselves, but it was no good. Ended up calling Shinra. So the company sent help. Best they had.
Well, they sent help. Best they had Sephiroth and then Cloud, which was not didn't seem to be as good.
Home sweet home, right? Tell me, how does it feel? I have no home, so I wouldn't know.
You still got parents, though, right?
A mother named Genova. She died.
So Genova is the one that, remember, if you heard that name.
Father.
Yeah, who's that?
Genova?
Yeah,
that's
the
his
one
mother.
from Shinra building that like was the one that they killed. So yeah, she's kind of not good.
And that was his mom?
Well, that's the part we're trying to understand.
Why am I talking about this? Come on, let's go.
Hope I didn't keep you waiting. I'm Xander. The mayor.
Hi, Xander. Everybody say hi,
I
Xander.
wanted to greet you
Hi,
myself,
Xander.
To welcome you to our humble little town. Please, if you'll follow me.
This is running really beautiful. So the system I'm running on, this is the Mod Workshop system we gave away with a Core Ultra 7 and a 40, has a 4070 Ti, and it's running this beautifully at 1440p.
Nice.
So if the winner of this should be very excited. Okay, so this is like it's telling you to trying to see if it's different. So we have material and equipment, and then wow, they've changed this quite a bit actually. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that I would typically change in here, but we'll worry about that later. Probably for this, it's not that big of a deal. One little hint though I will give you guys is in the combat settings, this wall on the ground, these shortcuts, I would definitely change these to things like, especially like scan and all that sort of stuff, which you'll need. But these things are like making these better is a huge part of making the game easier. Because you'll want those shortcuts specifically for like your individual skills and stuff like that later. So Alex, are you at a place with like a little bit more combat? This is what I was talking about though, right here, Sarah. Is like finding all of the
boxes.
All the boxes. You want to get all this stuff. So are you at a good place that we can jump over to you, Alex, or no, not yet?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's jump over and check out Alex's gameplay.
Let me make sure I get the sound on. And Sarah, cover your ears just in case. Where'd he go? So long, he's in here.
Okay, let's jump over to you.
Oh, I need to do this one first.
I'll go to. I'll keep it. Let me know when you're ready. It's all good. Just want to make sure we show a little bit of everything.
Okay. I'm good.
Oh, you're good. Okay, here we go.
All right. So what has happened so far is when you saw Roby, Roby was in the village of Nibelheim, which is
It's Cloud's hometown. Yeah.
Exactly. It's Cloud's hometown. You go explore, and then you get into an option when you run into a house, which is where his mother lives, and you can choose to go in or not to go in. I'm a mama's boy, so I went in.
Ooh, Power GPU just rated us, by the way. Hey, what's up, Power GPU people? Nice. Over at Rating Intel. We're just playing some Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, right? And we just got finished doing a CES recap. Welcome, everybody.
Hello, guys. Don't be surprised I cosplay when I play games. Yeah, so long story long. Anyways.
Yeah, that's Alex, not Cloud.
I'm Cloud, having a bad hair day. So you're at the village, and then the village you get to see all these people. You meet your mother, which is pretty much, developing this bond of how good your mother, how much your mother loves you, and how proud your mother is that you went to the army and did all these things and becomes a hero. And as a mother, he's like, oh, you need to find a nice girl, a good girl, a mature girl that takes care of you. And he was like, whatever, Mom, I'm gonna go take a nap. Then the next day, they're going to explore this reactor that is at the top of the mountain, And pretty much what I've done is I walk myself all the way up the mountain, run into the first boss, which was this spider wolf weird looking thing that we defeated, and now we're keeping on going to see if we can find the reactor. Right here, this is Tifa, a younger version of her. This is the guy who's gonna die next, and you know this man. So let me see what she wants to do.
I really wanted to see the reactor.
So I guess the reactor's right here. Let's go check it out. Doom, 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 doom.
And this is young Tifa.
This is young Tifa, yeah. Yeah, she is. I mean, her, like, is that a cowboy village? I mean, because everybody is like wearing hats. Kind of cool.
It's supposed to show that they're like urban rural. They're rural, and apparently that means that means wearing cowboy hats.
You'd think it'd be running at reduced output, like most last-gen models.
And let me guess, villagers don't have a clue about this.
Knowing Shinra? Of course not.
The company really needs to be more transparent.
Tell that to the president.
What exactly is the problem in this place?
The people in charge. While most reactors are under the jurisdiction of urban planning, this one is overseen by R&D.
Huh. Why do I suddenly have a bad feeling about this?
Me
Whatever
too.
you see here, you are not.
And the other thing too, Alex, is a lot of the things that you're seeing in this one. If you go back and play the one before this, this is actually like a lot of those flashbacks have happened in the Final Fantasy VII remake, right? So there's like there's things that you'd be like, oh, I remember when she said that when he was thinking about this when they went to Aerith's house for the first time. So yeah.
Okay, I need to. Okay, that would have made more sense with Mom, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm having a bad hair day here trying to see the game. All right, let's
He's
go.
like, I can't see the game.
His cosplay gets in the way.
Well, this one definitely looks like it's gonna be a boss. I mean, it's a pretty wide room. No one.
Big room, ominous music.
Exactly. I'm just waiting for the tons of health.
I will say, man, the soundtrack for Final Fantasy is like this, especially the remake, the stuff that they've done with this one. They've really kind of upped their sound game. Not that it was bad before, but the iconic, like even just playing the iconic sound at the very beginning is awesome.
All right. Let's go through the ominous door. So back there, I'm gonna get probably ambushed later on. Where are we going here? Well, we just got to the top. Oh, stairs. Let's go look. Oh, okay. I guess it's stairs it is.
Yeah, they're pretty good about linearly, especially for these areas, like directing you where to go, which is cool.
Yeah, there's some other games that I'm like, I need to call a friend for help, or several friends. All right, locked. What do we have here? Any secrets? Nope, no secrets.
There's nothing but secrets all the time.
I need a scrunchie.
I need a scrunchie.
Oh, here we go.
Man, Jeff, when he eats you, and like your whole team, right, was you're pulling off something clutch, Jeff's the worst and the best at the same time.
Perhaps you'd like to say a few words to your sword first?
Hmm? Let's do this.
So this is all the, yeah.
Wow. Wait a minute. These are not natural occurrences. Oh!
That seems fine, right?
Wow,
Oh,
yeah,
Joe.
natural.
You are really something.
That, they look natural. Yeah, 100%. Not like bio experiments.
What
or
are
anything
those
like that.
things?
Oh, wait, what?
Genova? Wasn't that...
Your mother? Wait, so... oh, wait! Plot twist! So he's an experiment?
Oh. This is the whole thing, right? Like Shinra, like you start to find out the evil corporation, all the stuff they've been doing.
Yeah.
Malfunction must be forcing the pods to depressurize. Cloud, go out and shut off the valve.
Copy.
The valve? Where's the valve? Where's the valve at?
You gotta go find it, dude.
Found it. Oh, I'm good. I'm good at this. And flex. Oh, I actually have to flex.
Look at you.
There we go. Oh, I work out. Boom.
I work out.
Every time you say that, I just hear the
LFO.
I mean,
Oh. Look at this. Oh. Yeah. I don't curl 10 pounds for nothing. Go. It's all in the lats. It's all in the lats. Come on. Yeah. All right.
Did you say? Oh, I just realized what you said. I thought you said it's all in the lats. I thought you were saying it's all to the left. I was like, he's turning to the right. Like, I didn't want to call him out, but now I realize that's not what you were saying.
And here's when he turns on me. All right. Here we go. Wait, I thought you want me to stop. Wait.
What are you doing?
Exactly.
These pods were built for the production of artificial materia. But Hojo repurposed them as incubators, cages for animals, infused with Mako, all to birth a new breed of monster.
Oh no.
What is wrong with Hojo? Who stole his cookie?
But he didn't stop at animals. Oh no. There were other subjects.
Well, it sounds like you got a bone to pick with them.
Look.
Whoa.
You know, when somebody tells you to go look in a tank, you should absolutely do. That's gonna be fine. Oh.
Oh wow. No, why'd you open the tank? Now I gotta fight this guy.
Alex, why didn't you cosplay as him?
I didn't know he existed.
Another's name was Junaka.
Come on, dude. I was faster than you in this.
Could be.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you are.
Was created the same way.
Yes.
See?
Look at your eyes.
You're starting to get it.
These monsters.
Sephiroth.
Ever since I was a child, I knew that I was different. That I was special. But not like this. Not like
I'm not a monster. Oh, that was easy.
You just killed that dude.
He
never had a chance.
Brother.
He was gonna open a hat shop, make hats.
Eventually, we went back to the inn.
Yeah.
Panamas.
But when we got there, Sephiroth locked himself in his room.
The mayor had been looking forward to having dinner with bona fide soldiers, so he didn't take the news too well.
Oh.
Dad had to put up with his belly aching for hours afterward.
Huh?
Must have sucked. But what about Sephiroth? What happened to him?
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened to him?
Only was the clip.
Didn't tell a soul where he was going.
Oh no. He was hungry for vengeance. Dun dun dun. So he went to a cold place because it's better served cold. Oh, I should have done all those logs. So we're back at the hotel where we stayed in Nibelheim.
Yeah, so now you're here.
I am here. Open the door. I want to go check if I can open these. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Gotta look around. Gotta see what's in. Is there any secret materia?
Oh, what is that? Is that? No, no, no. Oh. Ooh, I got spells.
That's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice hotel room you got there. Like it's got you know, kind of a classic feel.
I
I'd
met
stay there.
Sephiroth as he was heading for Shinra Manor, and he acted like I wasn't even there. Busy, I suppose.
Shinra Manor. All right, let's go look at him.
He's holed up inside the mansion.
Something's been off ever since he came back from the reactor. Too much exposure to Mako. And we ought to bring him some medicine.
Janiscu, that was a good Mako pullback there. Wrong game though, but yeah.
You know, you guys are all gonna get slice and dice. Please stay behind.
Looking for Sephiroth. I saw him headed toward the mansion.
So this is the road that we took to go to the top of for the generator.
Yeah, they're all going up there now.
Built a town. And older than the reactor. The company used to conduct research there.
Oh, look at that. They're town buddies.
The rent on that plot was basically what kept the village afloat.
Well, here we are.
So this is where Shinra I mean,
There we go. This is the Shinra Manor.
I'm jumping exactly. I'm jumping to conclusions here, even though I'm sitting down. But yeah, that's what it is. All right. Whoa.
Yeah, this place is cool.
Somebody has some anger management issues. All right. Can I slice it up? Yes. Redecorate this whole thing. That's an old chair. Anything over here. Lots of books. I guess it's some alcohol.
I like how they're you know, if I was those people, I'd be pretty mad. I'm like, what are you doing, sir?
Keep. Man, but look at that, man. Look at that chair. So strong. I wonder what type of wood is that. All right, I guess we gotta go upstairs. It's an eagle. Oh, someone barricade themselves. Someone does not want to be disturbed, huh? Want to give me the subtle hint? All right, we're not going this way, I guess. That would have been too easy. There's something else here on the map.
Yeah, probably going through the other room, maybe.
Took a look around the place, but Sephiroth was nowhere to be seen.
Somebody had a... Oh, dumplings. Dumplings? Ooh, yeah, I'm hungry.
That sounds like, yeah, I'm hungry too. It's lunchtime.
There's a piano. Oh, elevator. Sweet. Who needs stairs when you got an elevator?
Dude, this place is fancy if it's got an elevator in it.
I wonder what's the going rate for this for the night. Do you think you can find an Airbnb? Whoa, secret lair.
News to me too. Didn't anyone in the village have a clue.
Wow, this makes Batman's Batcave look like.
This is Batman's Batcave is still way more rad. Let's not be crazy, Alex, just because you're having fun.
Okay. All right. I do like Batman. Whoa! There's a hose. Anybody needs a hose? Another generator.
Oh, I was looking for a hose. Thanks. I was looking for that.
Hey, Death what? That's something. Oh, somebody's going cuckoo for Cocoa Club.
Sunshine Lollipop. What do you mean by that? What do you mean it says so much content? You mean it's overwhelming how big the game is?
Is that the Bat computer? It's a CRT, baby. At 486, right there. Is that an IBM and it has a turbo button?
It's an S. Yeah.
It's
got a 28.8 BPS modem.
Beep beep. This nerd moment brought to you by Alex Smoke. Alright. Let's go back. Oh, there it is.
Wonder if it's connected to AOL right now.
You got mail.
Excavated from a 2,000-year-old rock.
Oh, here we go.
A life form in stasis. Professor Gast named this life form Genova. MEGL 77-1977. Genova. Verified as an ancient. MEGL 9/13/1977. Genova project approved. So, they named the life form Genova. And once they understood what she was,
so there was a living thing.
they grew ambitious.
Hey, Sephiroth. What you got there?
Not best choice of words.
Leave me be.
Oh, another room.
And that was it. He stayed holed up in the basement. Reading. Man possessed.
Finally found something he liked, and it's a good collection.
Okay, we just connected to the internet.
We're ready to go.
I played the 56.6 dial-up sound. I just wanted to see what the audience would do, and they're like,
Locked reactor door. The name of Sephiroth's mother.
You got mail.
Ancients. Screw it. Racking my brain's not gonna get me anywhere.
It worked really well when he was at the library, too.
Yeah. He has a magnet in the back. That's why the sword sticks to the back. I mean,
dude, did you guys ever have that happen? Like when your parents like picked up the phone when you were trying to download something?
Yes. Totally. Nobody pick up the phone. I'm about to go to the internet.
Get off the internet. Your mom needs a phone. Yeah, I was like, dude, I was bougie because my parents actually got a second line so we could use the internet. I was like, oh.
Smile. With what could only be described as ethereal grace. Though the
Subsilent? No, not today. The next one will be next week.
I later determined that she was an ancient, or a steward of the planet, as they are referred to in legend.
His mother was a defender of the earth.
She needed a name, and so I dubbed her Genova. The Genova project was approved soon after. A bold initiative to resurrect the long-dead ancients. An initiative.
And understand, Aerith is the only surviving ancient. So the whole thing is like Genova was like their way of trying to create a fake Aerith, if that makes sense.
Wondrous experiment.
He created you?
We knew this as soon as we read in the tower was Genova. It's okay. Take a deep breath. Breathe.
No, he's not gonna breathe, dude. He's having a meltdown right now.
Come on, you can do this. Breathe with me. It's all right.
I should go.
Dude, this is happening in his brain right now.
Mother is waiting.
Hey! Hey, hold on!
Ooh, he's strong. Well, he's the son of an Asian.
Oh my gosh.
It's just a scratch.
Superficial wound.
I keep asking myself, why couldn't I have come to sooner?
To where?
Nice, Alex.
If I had, maybe I could have saved the village.
So confused.
Or tried, at least.
Yeah, this is one of the most famous scenes right here.
I have a feeling this guy's gonna go in.
This will be a good place to kind of end. Oh, we gotta play through. Yeah.
All right. Oh, we're already there? I just started playing this. We need more time.
Hey, you! Get in there! The villagers need your help!
So this guy was the trainer of Tifa? Yeah, he was his martial art.
Yeah.
teacher. Whoa.
There goes the camp sign. Oh, is it that far, Frankie? Okay, so it's quite a ways. It's just like there's a very famous scene here, but it might be 10 minutes away.
Oh, okay.
Which is quite far. So,
right. So what are you guys gonna do?
So probably it's up to I don't know. Sarah, do you want to go that long or?
It's up to you guys.
Let's do this. Actually, let's ask the chat. You guys want to hang out for like 10 more minutes?
And see the end of the thing. It's like one of the most. It's the famous scene, but it's up to you guys.
This guy's hobbling. Come on, Cloud. I'm having
You
a
guys want
bar.
to hang out for 10 more?
Okay, people say yes. Okay, let's do it.
All right, let's go.
And he's still here. So keep your eyes peeled. God, get your head straight. I need you to secure the way up. Now.
I'll make it there. I promise.
Yeah, too bad the 7-foot sword didn't protect him from the tree.
Why would he?
Yeah, where's your mom's?
I need a temperance. Not sure yet. Not yet. Not sure yet. Dude. Now he's like limping. Now after if you played the other one, this is definitely wussy Cloud, because he gets way cooler.
I hope so. Oh, there's the door. I see a door with an exclamation point. Of course. That was too easy.
Hold on,
Yeah, that was.
coming.
Oh no. How? Where? Jump? Well, not through there. I'll have to go through the back. At this speed. All right, I hope you guys brought lunch and dinner, because we are moving at the speed of light.
Yeah, that lip is not helping his speed, is it?
No.
Dude, he's there to help people by limping to them.
Oh, right through there. Oh, there. Almost there. Come on. Come on, dude. Come on. Come on, Smoky Cloud. You can do this. And then. That's a lot of
I feel like Alex is used to being the fast one.
Yeah. Have you met Alex? Of course he is. like when he's actually turning a wheel, he says he actually knows what muscles are involved. Unlike me, which is just like turn the wheel, dummy. He's like, get those lats involved. I'm like, lats?
You're just like righty tighty, lefty loosey.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I do.
Oh no! What's up with this guy and things falling on his head, man? Wow.
Oh, he moves quick with a limp when his life's in dangerous.
Yeah. And now he dodged that.
Please be okay.
Dude, I don't want to break it to you.
You have like a health spell? They're just gonna make you live.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, why don't you drop his materia? Get us a heal in.
Come on,
Run
man.
Cure. Curaga.
No, nothing. Or haste.
Yeah.
Call haste.
Where's haste?
Dude, let me break it to you. Your mom's not.
Dude, he just like grabbed that fire.
You were supposed to touch it to see if it's hot. If it's hot, you're not gonna open it.
Yeah, dude. Why didn't you do fire safety and?
You have to leave. You have to live.
Is he attached? Is he in the Matrix? Because all these like flashbacks feel like he's watching a movie.
Hang in there. You're gonna be okay. Don't worry. I got you.
I like how they like.
Oh.
Oh. Too late.
What did he do to you, man? He's so angry.
Yeah. There's Sephiroth.
Dark.
Honestly, dude, if I was wearing all that leather like that, though, I'd be pretty warm.
Oh probably what do you want me to do?
You monster!
Oh. Alright. This is gonna be a whole body workout.
What muscles are we using right now, Alex?
Well, here we're gonna be using our lats, cores, triceps, biceps. It's like swimming, but on
the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. Those guns are gonna do a lot.
Why are they shoot him already, guys?
Because he's doing his monologue. That's why.
Alex gonna make it?
That's a good question.
That's the mayor too, right?
Yeah, that's Sander. Mayor Sander.
Why is he not shooting at him? He's just watching him cut people down.
Because it slices and dices. The Ginzu 2000. Oh, look at that. Standing up.
He's getting up.
Oh. Yeah. What you gonna do now? This is where you.
Why are you not shooting? Oh, dude, he cut his legs. Oh, there goes his head.
Yeah. Talking about losing your head.
Oh, dude. This seems fine.
This is fine. Wait for me, I'm coming. Are you gonna let him leave?
Sephiroth!
My rift is not with you, kid. Don't come after me, or you'll hear my wrath.
There, this is the, from Final Fantasy, like that just hit burning and it's like his song, Sephiroth.
Oh, this one? Wow, it's a great shot.
Yeah.
Dude, the choir.
It does look really cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
He just walks into the fire.
Hold on.
Meanwhile, the rest of us are like walking into like like a Twinkie.
He followed him all the way to the reactor.
There's Electric Yoshi showing it. Sephiroth. That was kind of the scene right there. That was trying to get us to, Alex.
He was going to confront him.
All right, they're just the animation keeps going.
Oh, we can finish. Well, that was the scene. That was the very famous scene. Yeah.
Oh no.
It was Sephiroth, wasn't it?
Well, guys,
He did this, didn't he?
we're 12 minutes after, so I have a feeling I gotta call it.
Okay.
All right.
Fine.
I know. Getting you
She
guys to
never
stop
gives us.
playing is
She never
Any
lets us
fun.
have any fun,
No
Alex.
I know. I'm mean mom. I know.
Hold on, I'm processing this right now. Connecting to the internet. Anyway, guys, that was the gameplay. So here's the thing. Understand, Final Fantasy VII. We didn't get to show you a lot of the gameplay. If you have played it, the combat is actually really cool. We showed you some pretty heavy story elements, which is not representative. I'm going to be playing it on stream if you guys want to see some more of it to actually see it there. But the game is all about telling a story. But the combat, if you look at the reviews, it's probably one of the best things about it, and the combat feels really good. So sorry that you guys saw some stuff, but we wanted to kind of get you some exposition because it's a very rich universe. And for those folks who love RPGs, they totally understand, right? This is the stuff that we were just kind of talking around with Sarah, right? That like this is what these games are famous for, which is always pretty cool. Sarah, what do we got coming up next week?
So we got a different kind of schedule this year, guys. So
Sorry.
Yeah, so we're not on next week, but we are on the week after. So February 7th is going to be the next time we're going to be live. And gosh, we got some cool stuff. We're going to play a game that we've all been excited to play. We're going to do a custom PC build. Guys, there's going to be a lot of really cool things. You're going to want to check it out. So
And can we not say what game yet? Are we not allowed to say?
Oh yeah. No,
Okay.
we can
Oh,
say
okay.
we're gonna play Sid Meier's Civilization 7.
Yes, which is like, again, not a really action-packed game, but probably one of my favorite games. It was the first one that like Sarah was like, we're gonna throw down a challenge, and like I actually ended up throwing down the gauntlet for one of the scenarios, and it ended up being a 20-hour day, because I played till like 2 in the morning playing the game. Civ 7, brand new game from Civilization from Sid Meier, which is like probably one of my favorite 4X games. So we're gonna be playing that, and we're building a custom build that's themed around it as well. So that's gonna be happening coming up in 2 weeks on February 7th. So you guys are definitely gonna want to tune in for that and mark your calendars. We have a different kind of schedule, like she said, this year, so it's kind of every other week the way that it works moving forward. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Alex, any closing words?
No, this has been amazing to be back with you guys. I hope you guys have a lot of fun and enjoy this. And this is going to be a year packed with a lot of fun and a lot of surprises. So just stay tuned. And it's great to see you guys again. It was a little bit too long, if you ask me.
It's all good, but yeah, for the not the show, the time it took us to get back live.
Yes, exactly.
Now, one little thing I'll leave you with: Final Fantasy. The reason the game is called Final Fantasy is because Square Enix at the time was on the edge of bankruptcy, and they had enough to invest in the one game, and Final Fantasy was their last game. And if this did not succeed, there would be no new Square Enix. And of course, everybody knows history. Final Fantasy ended up taking off and being one of the biggest games of all time. So anyway, that's it. That's it for Intel Live. We are your co-hosts, Sarah, Justin, and Alex. Have an absolutely amazing rest of your weekend, and we will see you guys on the next episode. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.